gold engraving by hand. And I had shown him a video of I just thought her stuff was so cool. So I'd shown him a video a year and a half ago. It was you really know me. I didn't know what I would want, but he did somehow. And that's kind of a flex. And so Opalite is a song about kind of forgiving yourself for having gone through something that didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. I'm just happy that song exists, and also that chorus I'm really just stoked about how absolutely infectious. It's giving yourself permission to not have it all figured out, or not marry the first person you ever dated. Not in that situation. When you don't know, you know.
When Taylor Swift blends stadium lights with soft fairy lights, magic happens. Her new album shines with romance, inspired by her tall fiancé, Travis Kelce. Every track feels like a love letter, filled with secret garden vibes and songs that capture the feeling of being truly seen. It's like watching a romantic movie play out in real life. Only this time, Taylor is both the writer and the main character. Even though the album is titled The Life of a Showgirl, it's clear she's living the dream as Travis's biggest supporter. During an interview on BBC Radio 1, Taylor laughed about how she couldn't wait to share her new songs with him. She said the moment she landed from Sweden, she rushed straight to him saying, "Babe, headphones on, you're my test audience." And of course Travis loved it. If football ever ends for him, he might just have a new job as Taylor Swift's personal disco ball and ultimate hype man.
And I knew that this was the kind of album that he was going to love the most. He's so supportive of all of it, but he's a real vibes guy.
Taylor even joked that her friends always ask Travis to toss them into pools like he's the Hulk hosting a summer barbecue.
My guy friends are I just want Travis to pick me up and throw me over a roof or throw me in the pool.
And then came the twist. She admitted that happiness didn't destroy her creativity the way she once thought it would.
Have this dark fear that if I ever were truly happy and free being myself and nurtured by a relationship, and what happens if the writing just dries up? What if writing is directly tied?
Turns out love didn't make Taylor Swift boring at all. It made her music brighter, bolder, and more alive than ever. She laughed that her songs now sparkle, fizzle, and pop louder than a champagne cork. "We were basically catching lightning in a bottle with this record," she said, and honestly, that's exactly what it feels like, pure electricity wrapped in melody. Just when fans thought her real life couldn't sound more like a romantic comedy, Travis Kelce raised the bar again. He pulled off a literal garden proposal. Yes, flowers, lights, the whole fairy tale setup. While most of us can barely keep a plant alive, Travis was out here creating Eden, then dropping to one knee like it was the most casual thing in the world. Taylor called it a solid 10 out of 10, which in her world, is basically the Super Bowl of romance. But beneath the sparkle and excitement, The Life of a Showgirl wasn't just another glossy album for her. It became her lifeline during the toughest stretch of her tour grind. Taylor admitted she was running on fumes, physically and mentally drained, but the music kept her going. She called it her secret Red Bull, the creative fuel that kept her spirit awake when her body was begging for sleep. And in true Taylor fashion, she joked that she's now able to sing higher notes while sprinting in stilettos. Travis might be the athlete, but she's definitely giving him a run for his money. She even confessed that she once feared happiness might dull her art. Like being in love would mean the end of her emotional edge. What if being happy makes me boring? She used to think. But she quickly learned that love didn't silence her creativity, it supercharged it. Instead of running out of inspiration, her imagination went into overdrive. The result? Songs that sound like joy bottled into melody. A reminder that love doesn't always have to be painful to be powerful. Taylor described The Life of a Showgirl as her most joyful project yet.
But that's not the case at all, and we just were catching lightning in a bottle with this record.
Like catching lightning in a champagne flute and shaking it up. It's lighthearted, vibrant, and full of self-aware humor. And for the fans, the Easter eggs are everywhere, glowing brighter than ever. There's Opalite, a dreamy love song for Travis, actually romantic, which many fans think is a playful clapback at critics who doubted her sincerity. And Elizabeth Taylor, because of course Taylor Swift would write about Hollywood royalty while nodding to her own name. Adding to the nostalgia, she reunited with longtime collaborators Max Martin and Shellback after nearly a decade. The result? A mix of her classic sparkle with a 2025 twist. Timeless pop polish with the confidence of a woman who knows exactly who she is. At its heart, this album isn't about fame, pressure, or heartbreak. It's about rediscovering joy. Taylor didn't just fall in love with Travis. She fell back in love with the magic of music itself. And maybe that's why the life of a showgirl feels so special. It's not just an album. It's a love story written in sound. Proof that when Taylor Swift is happy, the world still listens, just a little more brightly.
Like, kind of forgiving yourself for having gone through something that didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. I'm just happy that that song exists, and also like that chorus I'm really just stoked about how like absolutely infectious. It's giving yourself permission to like not have it all figured out, or not marry the first person you ever dated. Not in that situation. When you don't know, you know.
And in true Taylor fashion, she casually handed Greg James a wedding invite like it was no big deal.
Do that as soon as he sees you at our wedding. Is like, that's gonna happen. Like, he's just gonna...
Whoa.
Oh, did I?
Am I coming?
Obviously.
And because Taylor can never resist adding a romantic twist straight out of Shakespeare, she released The Fate of Ophelia, a ballad that flips tragedy into triumph. Where Shakespeare's Ophelia drowned in sorrow, Taylor's version rises from the water stronger, choosing love and renewal over despair. Instead of sinking, she sings. Instead of breaking, she blooms. It's a cinematic kind of magic only Taylor could create, transforming heartbreak into empowerment. She even admitted that, for a while, she felt like a princess trapped in her own emotional tower, guarded not by dragons, but by memories, regrets, and old ghosts she had to finally face and let go of.
Sort of inspirations behind different parts of songs, or why I wrote things a certain way. My camera operator, Colin, said, like, it's a shame that this isn't going to be seen on like a big screen. It's such a massive production. I kind of give them an inside scoop into what went into writing this particular song, then I'd play it. And it's a music video debut.
Right.
So it's a premiere of a brand new music video that you can only see in theaters. It's not going to go online.
And because Taylor can never resist adding a romantic twist straight out of Shakespeare, she released The Fate of Ophelia, a ballad that flips tragedy into triumph. Where Shakespeare's Ophelia drowned in sorrow, Taylor's version rises from the water stronger, choosing love and renewal over despair. Instead of sinking, she sings. Instead of breaking, she blooms. It's a cinematic kind of magic only Taylor could create, transforming heartbreak into empowerment. She even admitted that, for a while, she felt like a princess trapped in her own emotional tower, guarded not by dragons, but by memories, regrets, and old ghosts she had to finally face and let go of.
I had shown him a video of like, I just thought her stuff was so cool. So I'd shown him a video like a year and a half ago. And he was just paying attention to everything, it turns out. Because when I saw the ring, I was like, oh, I know who made that. I know who made that. I know who made that. He designed it with this amazing jeweler, Kindred Lubeck is her name. And she does all of her gold engraving by hand.
Then came Travis, storming in like the knight who actually keeps his promises. He didn't just rescue her. He rewrote her story with the kind of love that feels earned, not imagined. He pulled her out of that emotional tower she'd been trapped in and gave her a new ending, one built on second chances instead of heartbreak. Fans immediately noticed the symbolism. They compared the song to Love Story, Taylor's original fairy tale rewrite where Romeo and Juliet finally got their happy ending. But this time it hits differently, deeper, more real. Because now it's not a fantasy. It's personal. Travis isn't some lyric scribbled in a notebook or a daydream set to melody. He's flesh and blood. A real man who showed up, stayed, and loved her without conditions. That's what gives this song its heartbeat. It feels like Taylor is saying, this isn't fiction anymore. This is my life. Even the album artwork mirrors that message. It nods to the iconic paintings of Ophelia, floating, fragile, surrounded by flowers. But Taylor's version flips the tone. Instead of sorrow and endings, her Ophelia stands tall, alive, and radiant. The flowers bloom instead of wilt. Light spills in where darkness once lingered. It's not a farewell, it's a rebirth. By the time she appeared on The Graham Norton Show, Taylor was glowing brighter than her engagement ring, which, according to insiders, cost somewhere between $700,000 and $1 million. That ring doesn't just sparkle, It practically has its own zip code and gravitational pull. Graham teased her about it naturally, and Taylor just laughed, flashing that signature grin that says everything without needing words. Yeah, he nailed it. When asked about the wedding, she kept things mysterious. You won't need an official announcement, she said. You'll just know.
I had been the type of person who would have obsessed over the idea of a wedding my whole life, but I actually never thought about what I would ever do or what I would want until I met the person. Like, it's like then, so I haven't actually even thought about that.
When Emma Bunton asked Taylor about Travis's surprise stage cameo during the Eras tour, Taylor couldn't help but laugh. She said he's never been nervous about anything, like stage fright simply doesn't exist in his world. That confidence, she explained, is part of what makes him so magnetic. And somehow, that fearless energy has spilled straight into her music. Taylor's newest songs are full of inside jokes, quiet memories, and grand gestures that now live forever in her lyrics. Each track feels like a love letter wrapped in melody and sealed with a wink that only her most loyal fans will recognize. The album opens with Wood, where Taylor tosses superstition right out the window. Forget Lucky Charms or four-leaf clovers. She's found her good luck in Travis. She calls him her redwood, her anchor, and her steady magic. That theme flows naturally into Wish List, a song that trades Hollywood glitter for something warmer and more real. Instead of yachts and awards, she dreams of basketball hoops in the driveway and a few little Kelces running around the yard. Taylor laughs that she once prayed for a hot best friend. And well, wish granted. Then comes Elizabeth Taylor, a cinematic love letter with a twist. Beneath the glamorous surface, it's really about her deepest fear, losing him. It's got that old Hollywood drama, but softened with a shimmer of hope. The lyrics carry quiet warnings, little violet tears, hidden like secret notes. Her message is simple. Don't be another headline. Be forever. Next up is Honey, one of the album's sweetest surprises. Taylor turns bitterness into something beautiful. Words that once cut deep now feel soft, warm, and safe. When he calls her honey, it's not empty or cliché, it's love distilled into a single word. For her, that simple nickname changes everything, rewriting how she even hears her own name in his voice.